Through the pain, through the struggle, if you try to reach, then you gon' pull a muscle. I did it all for the hustle. Tryna ball, build, wrestle. Through the pain, through the heat, I can't take it, too much pain in these streets. I did it all for my peeps. I did it all in these streets.
Had a lot of pain in me, now I got these chains on me. Think my legs gave out the way I keep this cane on me.
Where I start ain't gon' be where I finish. Need a little gloss with the finish.
Yeah, burn green, stay green, get the spinach. Where I start ain't gon' be where I finish.
Where I started, people been at the top. For a couple years, then they go flop. Need moves by that U-Haul spot. On a block, lock your door, and still make it fly. Couple feet for a decade, then they died. All for a little high. I was paying, I was rocking, I was getting by.
Couple fiends for the decades, then they die. Oh man, is this real rap or?
Yeah, this is facts, dog. This
Oh,
is facts. This is DG facts, dog.
Yo, welcome to our 38th, I hope, episode of our chair game, of our podcast, Young Clips Chair Game. This is your host, Doobie the Don. We have two generals in the house today.
Hey.
ShoBiz
Yeah, let's get it.
and Shvelly. What's up, guys? What do you guys say?
Go to tracks.
Yeah, representing.
Respect for having us.
Respect for
Thank you
coming
again.
true still. I appreciate that. So yo, like I'm listening, you know, we had a little intro of your rap right now, you know what I mean? Some real, I'd say like an old school vibe considering what we listen to nowadays and stuff, you know, like a New York type energy. How do you guys feel about modern day music? And like
Baby, always remember.
like the singing and the rap and you know the auto tune and stuff like that. How do you guys feel about that?
I don't really fuck with auto-tune like that.
Mm-hmm.
But to each his own, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
I like some of the modernized sounds and some of the beats and the fact that even though, like, I know a lot of people hate drill, but the samples they're using, I'm sorry. We're going back to, like, it's new, but it touches hip-hop, using samples, bringing back those songs you grew up on. And a lot of people don't see it from that perspective. So I fuck with some of the new sound. I don't really do auto-tune myself, but, hey.
But you consider yourself a drill artist?
Oh no, not.
Okay.
I just like that the way they bring back the samples, as far as the new sound goes.
Yeah.
But I do everything.
You do everything.
I like to get people in their feelings.
So would you be down to try and do a little singing auto tune track?
It's gonna come eventually. It has to.
It
just
has
to see.
in your repertoire.
Just to see what the fuck I do.
Between the two of us, I'm more on like the melodic side. I've done a stream and catalog of auto-tune songs.
Okay.
I came to auto-tune just because like eventually you gotta hit every kind of sound and just be a little bit versatile. Like,
Yeah.
And I mean, like you don't necessarily need to have auto-tune, but I mean at least being like harmonic or like having, you know, some cadence to that like is helpful. But between the two of us, again, like I'm more of the one that does the auto-tune shit, and I kind of forced him to hop on some tracks like that. You know, so.
I remember when the wave of music was just starting to change, and like artists, rappers are getting mad. Like the older ones, you know, we're calling it like mumble rap. You know,
Yeah, no, of course.
Remember the term mumble rapping?
You said if we're with modern music, right? Like,
Yeah.
Mumble rap is still there. Mumble rap is still there.
Okay.
It's just a genre by itself right now. It's like a category of hip hop and rap. Yeah.
Do you guys think that rap could make a U-turn and like go back to how it used to be, or do you think it's just gonna keep moving and evolving into something different?
Unfortunately, we're in an era where music now is engineered and not EQ'd, where people are put very digitally and their sound comes out super wet and like very like spread out and like overlapping and shit like that. Like bars never die. People still have that in them. People still make that type of music, but they're not really pushing themselves out as much. But those that deserve it and those that have the craft and that work hard are obviously more present than not. So
I think people trying to listen again. They're trying to hear those bars. I feel like if you can meet it halfway and have those old school influential type bars over some of these modern beats and do it right, you could still get people to listen, and people are really starting to crave stories again. They want to hear that pain, that struggle, the hustle, the grind. They're tired of just popping bottles, champagne this, whip that, so they want to hear the story again, so that helps.
So you say you feel like you hear it coming back and switching?
Oh, yo, definitely. I wouldn't be able to make the music I make now if it wasn't. Nobody would listen. Oh my goodness.
How important is bars and lyrics and, you know, those kind of things important to you guys? Or is it just about just releasing what you feel in your heart? Who cares about how hard the bar is and the punchlines and intricate ways?
You can tell if it's real. You can tell if someone's really with it.
Yeah.
Or if someone just put a bit of time into the craft itself. Like penmanship is penmanship. Like you can have someone who has a high intellect who can write really well, but they have no performance, no love, no essence with it. You know, like you can just tell the difference. Every artist is different. You know. So.
You guys try to make sure you have patterns and, like, you know, double entendres and do you like structure your 60 in a certain way, or you just flow however it comes?
He's far more structured, I find. Me, I'm more like free play. I have like word play and a little bit of plays like that, but I'm definitely picking up on my bars and shit for sure. But
I had to learn to loosen up. When he first met me and I was trying to make music, I was bar heavy. Everything was a punchline, and I had to learn to create a vibe, learn to create a track, and just think outside of the box and not just be bar heavy. Oh my goodness. Some of that first music.
Yeah. And then when you focus so much on that, I feel like you lose a little bit in touch with just making music, because you're so focused on the bars. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like you might lose on working on the whole body of work and just, you know what I'm trying to say, like the hook versus the bar, you know what I'm trying to say?
I feel there's a difference right now because I've learned a lot between just spitting bars forward, like, and then creating music. Creating a vibe and actually having the structure is something I feel like you gotta be disciplined in doing, where a lot of people can write bars however structured they are. Not everybody can deliver them, but it's not the same. Writing bars and making tracks, I feel, and making music are two different things.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. Okay, what's more important to you guys, the hook or the verse?
Me, like, I'll pink slip for hooks. Like, that's how strong I believe in, like, a chorus.
You pink slip for hooks? What does that mean? What does that mean exactly?
He's the hook man.
People pink slip their whips and shit in drag races and stuff. It's like, you know, like all in, like everything you got. I'll pink slip my life, you know.
Yeah, go. On the hook? That's how you feel right now? Put your life on the hook. You're the hook man.
I'm about the verse.
For sure.
I'm about the verse. You give me a lot of different types of hooks, different vibes, and I still feel like I can do something with the verse.
Yeah. I had a fan question here that I wrote down. A fan wanted me to ask you guys. It said, in Montreal, which rapper had or has had the biggest impact or influence in the city?
Like right now or overall?
They said had or has. So either both.
I will have to say, being like a let's just say like a child of the Quarantine term of, like, you know, just saying it. Like, really came up off of hip hop. Like, I definitely say like the north side and east side had like higher activity. They had more eyes, more ears on them for a certain amount of time, and these artists reached out. You know, like some of them got like features with like Dipset Cats and shit like that. You know, like you know, like there's Eye Blast, yeah, Boy Blue, yeah, but like they created a very big wave, a very big presence. But through that, there was like a fork in the road of guidance, and, you know, shit turned. But as far as like a top leading Montreal artist, I have to say it's somewhere around there, you know, like. So,
but you gotta name somebody for that. Okay. You gave me a whole beat around the bush.
You want to drop it?
Snagger. Okay.
Like he definitely had a high presence, like and you know, I can't ignore that. You know, growing up, I've seen a lot of him. So.
Okay, for you, drop a name.
So, I'm gonna give him that name. R.I.P. to didn't man die or whatever?
Bad news?
No,
Snaggy Shit.
Oh, okay.
So we gotta throw that in there too, if I'm not mistaken. And for me, if I don't show love to like RBR being from where I'm from, they gon' fuck me up. So I gotta show them love. As far as having the biggest impact on the city, I say right now, there's a lot of players in the game, but the one doing it big, yo, don't hate me, but I feel like Nate Husser is really, really putting on right now.
Okay.
He's doing it.
So
big.
you're telling me in your lifespan of watching the hip hop industry in Montreal and seeing how things is going, Nate Husser has had the biggest impact to the city, you feel?
Right now, currently,
crazy.
that's why, he's doing it big. He's really picked up on that social media angle. He still shows love to out here. It doesn't matter where he goes and performs. So
hitting the States, fully pushing that, you know, hitting a completely different audience. He had that Jake Paul guy or whatever bump the beat, and you know, that's right now. He's definitely Anglo artist too. He's the most poppin'.
Okay, top 3. Let's say top 3 of all time in Montreal. Start with you.
I'm gonna have to say Magnum, I Blast, and fuck. I don't know if I have a top 3. I'm gonna have to say myself.
Magnum, I Blast, camp for yourself. Magnum, I Blast, one more.
Fuck. Let me show some love to Jimmy Dollars.
Jimmy Dollars?
That's my dude. My man's been holding it down.
Okay, show me
his bar game's on point, tells the stories of the hood. Gotta show love to Jimmy Dollars.
Okay. Top 3.
C's Rock. Borden for sure.
Borden.
And Lil Pesci.
Through the pain, through the struggle, if you try and reach, then you gon' pull a muscle. I did it all for the hustle, tryna ball, build, wrestle. Through the pain, through the heat, I can't take it, too much pain in the streets. I did it all for my pimps, I did it all in these streets.
Had a lot of pain in me, now I got these chains on me. Think my legs gave out the way I keep this cane on me.